Yeah, SPF is a pathological liar. Yeah, especially when you see like his the tweet thread between him and CZ, where CZ's like calling him out, and then he's like, "We're totally solvent, we're all good, and this is all like, what's he saying? It's not true." And then like people start to withdraw. He's like, "Oh, we're actually insolvent. Oh, $10 billion in the hole. Oh." Like, you can't get more gotcha than that.
Gotcha, bitch.
Like, I don't know. Is that just gaslighting where people were like, "Yo, these are the facts. You scammed everyone. You said you weren't, but you were. Look at all these. Like, there's no way you have these funds, and where all the, oh, and then you got hacked. LOL." Like, all this stuff points to red flag, red flag, red flag. But then they just come up on stage and they're like, "Oh, none of that's true. I'm all good. I'm all good. I don't know why anyone's after me." It's like, what? How? That's like mass level gaslighting or something. But hey, I mean, I'm not a lawyer or anything. I'm not this is just from like all those Twitter spaces participating in, and just the fact that they were not good with their reserves at all. And I know that their terms of service basically allowed them to move user funds and use them in leverage and garbage like that, and people signed up for that. And that's its own problem. But like, dude, you screwed over so many people, so you should get wrecked for that. That was irresponsible. Like, they were running a Ponzi, legitimate. Is that like an oxymoron? A legitimate Ponzi? Kind of crazy donating to both parties, isn't it? No, because then like neither party really wants to go for you because, well, I guess if they're not able to salvage it, then he doesn't have any more money to give them. Maybe they'll just turn on him. But like by paying both sides, you kind of, it's what like JP Morgan and the way back when you would fund both sides of a war financially, and then they would give you special privileges on both sides. And so you would make money on both sides of the war. And so basically, financial conglomerates who controlled the money or had a huge wealth, who were able to, especially banks, if they were able to just create money, you couldn't just make gold out of nothing back then. But whenever they could make money, you just fund both sides of the war, and then you just make money on both sides. And so they're just encouraged to have more war, because then there's more stuff that needs to be spent on weapons and all this stuff, and that's just revenue, is what they see it as. It sucks for everybody involved who's not just making mad money off of the war, but it's a common strategy for financiers in the history. So definitely some interesting facts. There's some really cool stories, like if you read The Creature from Jekyll Island. It explains the Federal Reserve, explains like how they used to finance wars and stuff, dude. And there'd just be war after war after war. Like there'd be like a few years of peace, and then a war, a few years of peace, and then a war. And it was all, if you look back to it, it's like, oh, it's all predicated on these guys financing these things to happen because they just have so much control. It's a common tactic. Hex will do another 2,000x from today's price in the next 5 years. 5 years? Maybe. You have to consider you're getting the Pulse version of Hex when pulsechain comes out too. So like all those are free gains if you have Hex before the Pulse launch. Dude, the Hex gains are like the best community. They're always cheering me up, saying nice things. Every once in a while I get these like, Richard's so right about so many things, okay? They're the people who are like in the threads and they come in like on Twitter and stuff or YouTube comments, and you go and check their profile after you see the like stupid thing they wrote. They got 40 followers, and all they do is either they say traitor, troll, something like some coin that went to zero, like all these like flags of like, wow, you're wrecked, you're a wrecked pleb, and you're just hating on everything that you see because you just don't want it to be the case that you got wrecked and everyone else is doing great in this ecosystem. And so like it's so right. There's just these people who come in and they just hate. And you check their post history and it's just like, what are they even talking about? There's a reason they have like no picture at all. Like there's a lot of people that just post with like no picture as well. And on Twitter, it's so easy to upload a picture. Like put something, have an identity. Let's see, John J. I'm really concerned the U.S. loses its reserve currency status to BRICS and the effect that could have on the Western economy. Any thoughts, K4K? Yeah, that's the thing. That's one of the things that Kim.com knows more about that I'm interested in learning more about because I really can't have a fully fleshed out opinion on it because I'm not an expert on what's going on with that. That all I know is another currency with Russian people and gold and stuff is being created, and it's going to be backed by commodities and stuff like that. And so it might be a more appealing, central bank currency. It's still the thing is like it's still crappy fiat that, but at least you can maybe redeem it for solid stuff if they're printing too much. It may limit how much they ever print because then it puts their reserves at risk, which was kind of the whole point of us having a gold reserve standard was that hey, if you think the US starts, printing too much money, you can always redeem it for gold. And then they were just like, you know what? We don't want you guys to call our bluff anymore, so we're just going to not allow you to redeem it for gold. And also gold's illegal, you can't hold it. Oh wait, now it's re-illegal again. Or re-legal again. Yeah, there's a lot of weird scammy stuff that happened in history. That happening to the I don't know what the world would look like with no US being the world reserve currency. That'd be different. That'd be different for sure. But I think we're heading towards like a more crypto. I would like it to be a more crypto centric world where people are using it correctly, and then there's just less war because you can't steal the value of the money from the people anymore because the people just don't value the money the government uses anymore. That we just way more value this other stuff and transact with that stuff peer to peer, peer to business. And if that happens, we really don't need these other currencies. People just value the stuff that gives them more power because we actually have optionality now. Like before crypto, like what were your options? Oh, I guess I'll get stocks. Well, that's got counterparty risk. Oh, I'll hold gold, or I'll have certificates to say I can go get gold, but that's you never know how much gold's actually there either. That can be fractionally reserved. Crypto's like the only thing that you can know is not fractionally reserved and no counterparty. It's really a miracle. I bought a Trezor after watching Gabriel's video and VPN. Good. Scared to try the RPC thing? Yeah, if you're scared, don't do it or do more research on it. It's just there are some benefits and there's trade-offs between switching RPCs and stuff. And everyone, I'm not saying everyone should use the Flashbot's RPC Protect. It just has those other benefits if you want them, where if you don't want to pay for failed transaction costs and you want to be prioritized in blocks and you also don't want to be sandwich bot attacked, that can also be mitigated by just having a slippage tolerance that's really low. You can still just use Infura, but if you're using a VPN, you're good to go because they can't really tie that in if you're using your VPN right.